Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another magical moon message here with the peace dealer. And yeah, definitely a whole lot we have processed. This is a very unique period in that the amount of information you're processing is more than the average person has ever processed. I mean, in ever. And let me kind of rephrase that. If we take people 70 years ago, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, what you're processing in 1 hour is about, and I mean like physically, emotionally, vibrationally, spiritually, psychologically, is more in 1 hour than the average person in this old world construct has in maybe a whole lifetime, but really maybe like a few months or years. And you can process and go through so much that you forget that. And so, moon transit like today is going to have you finish downloading and processing information, wisdom, and knowledge that you downloaded or came into years ago. It's just given the cyclical nature of experiences and events and the illusory nature of free will within this predetermined construct. This is coming back around. Things are coming back full circle, and a lot of you are just going to get it. It's hard to put into words, but through your social interactions with other people, there's just this innate understanding of hardcore concepts in your life that really are just going to like make sense, which is misleading because there's still so much you're processing. It's like you're understanding stuff you've processed years ago while you're still processing so much. We're unique in that the future generation, like especially Pluto Sages, people born after 95, they process stuff. All the people who have Uranus and Neptune and Aqua, like they're not having a backlog downloads like we are because they were born crystalline children or whatever the term is. The children with Pluto Cap, the children who have Pluto Aqua, they don't even process stuff. They're like gods, like they're just gonna know. So it's specific to our generation, especially if you're born in the 90s and you have Uranus and Neptune and Cap and you have all that. Like it's supposed to take time to process because we're supposed to develop, change, and mold and direct society. And our role is only solely just to pass the torch to the new gen, especially Pluto Sag. So shout out to Pluto Sag. Y'all next up. So here's the thing. Now that we have finished this full moon, we're stepping into the closing quincunx. Opening quincunx was Gemini, where we were coming into how to truly use our abilities. We felt them now. It's okay if it's subtle, like it doesn't have to be very powerful. And now we're getting ready to transform, okay? It's very important that you've examined insecurities concerning the super basic, opinionated projections from other people. They have every right to project it, but you want to ask yourself, why do you make that your problem? Some of you make that your problem. It's very weird. It's very weird, especially now that you know who you are more than ever. You really need to let go of this aspect that you're letting sabotage you because like you need your actions to match your spirit. And, you know, part of this character test is not just to walk in blind faith, but to apply what you've learned. So this transit is going to take everything that this cycle has harvested, the full moon, and we're continuing to harvest this full moon transit coming into the moon in Libra, where we will prepare to start a new harvest. You definitely want to be mindful how much you entertain, just very unfortunate projections from individuals who are just hurting inside. Like, you have to put yourself in their shoes. These people are being influenced by demonic, dark vibrations that have exploited the bitterness in their heart. You have worked so hard to get rid of bitterness and darkness, and you just shine light, you shine authenticity. And so not only are these people held resentment against you and what you represent, but to see them still dealing with their bitterness and then see you winning and be positive, you have to be very mindful of how you react to these influences, because it's not really what it seems. And you inadvertently give power away to people who you let mess with you psychologically, when really you can clap back, thunder strike back these vibes with the snap of a finger. You're that powerful. So keep that in mind, because if you get too caught up in trying to argue back and forth with mere peons and mortals who really disrespect the nature of your royalty and who you know you are, that's on you. Your time is valuable. You don't have to waste your time with ne'er-do-wells who are sent by dark forces to distract you. This is the most crucial period of this transit, because everything that transforms through Moon and Leo is going to very practically flesh out in reality, all right, with the Moon and Virgo. A couple things. There's what you expect to happen over the next 2 weeks and what you want to happen over the next 2 weeks. And there's what will happen over the next 2 weeks. I have been very vocal and open about what I see on the political arena, the social arena. A lot of people think I'm Republican. A lot of people think I'm a Trump supporter because I acknowledge him as the truth, when I've been clear and transparent the whole time. But, people will believe what they want to believe. I already know what's up. There's certain things that I've projected. If they don't happen exactly the way that I saw, I'm not sweating it. It's not about, may God's will be done on earth. It's not about what I want, right? So be very mindful about that, because you need to understand things are manifesting way better than what you perceive or want them to happen in your head. And some of you are so attached to an outcome that if it doesn't happen, you're stressing yourself out for an outcome that, even if it doesn't seem the way you think it should, is ultimately going to be so much better than what you want, because we already won. We already won. Remember that. It's easy to say that. It's a lot harder to embrace that. And those who really pass this character test will not fall for the psychological okie doke. This is an 8th house aspect from Leo, which transforms Capricorn. Leo, the strength and courage of love that's strong enough to overcome the imperial nature of elitist Capricorn that looks down on everyone at top of the mountain, but it's still the GOAT. You gotta have respect for the GOAT. So outside of that, what does this mean? This is going to be really funky. This moon is squaring Uranus, and so you have to be okay with this unconventional sense of individuality, which rebels against social normative principles that are outdated. And you might have to feel against that backlash, but still remember, though you may fight alone, you will prevail. And just, grab your nuts, y'all. If you're a woman, grab your ovaries. We're in a war. This is not the time to be complaining. This person said this person said that. If you were in the Vietnam War right now, are you going to do that, or are you going to keep trucking along? So just really remember, you have that inner warrior, king, royal inside, and we already won. So make it through the battle. Stop complaining. You're on the winning team. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. And this is why it's very important. The 8th house is the house of the occult. In a sign of Leo, where the moon, yin of understanding and mysteries are, the intuitive insights that y'all are going to get will blow your mind and will terrify you, because it's going to be a lot at once. It's going to be a lot at once. It's going to be a lot at once. This is why I titled this The Secret Revelation. Revelation due to the light of the life force of the source of consciousness, or the source of life with Leo. Right? Shout out to the Leos. They coming for you. You better know you got Geminis on your corner. Just summon the angels. Just summon the angels. Summon the angels, summon the warriors. Okay? Be very, very mindful that everything that you're coming into over this period is bringing at a deeper level, but extra dimensional intergalactic understanding outside of your human consciousness, which will be very controversial to you because it will basically challenge everything that you thought you knew and align more with what you've always known, deep within, which is not more of an intellectual understanding but a soulful knowing. This is going to betray a lot of what's been told to you. And you have to remember everything you kind of processed up to this point was merely a higher vibrational understanding being dumbed down in a 3D way to give you concepts. Quantum Cassie said this the best. Follow her if you haven't. There's a difference between an intellectual understanding and awakening. I've had this struggle with that as a Gemini sun. As I take everything mentally, I don't even meditate as much as I should, partially due to laziness and not being able to focus my mind like I should. But, you know, we're past the whole point of downloads and unlocking light codes. You have everything you need within you, yes, but when I tell you there's an understanding of what you do, not even what you can do, what you do, what you mean, and how powerful you are, that's going to transform everything you know about yourself and the world. It's literally that. And not only is that going to happen over the next 2 days, the moon apexing in Leo is going to reveal visually a transformation of your physiology down to your bones. Sun in Capricorn with Mercury in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn. That's really not only going to make you laugh at yourself, at why you listen to other people who don't know more than you who knows, but also fill you with so much joy. Tap into source. That's Leo. This is getting ready to bless you with the golden wisdom of occult secrets that will reveal elements of yourself that you never wanted to believe because you felt that you weren't great enough or worthy enough to accept that. Shame on you, by the way. You're literally the shit. I don't know why you're still doubting yourself. But now you don't have the luxury to because we're in war. And in order for you to use your superpowers, you need to start with who you are. Think of any anime or show. They start with their name. They start with who they are. There's a reason for that. You align yourself with who you are. That's the spark to lead to the source so you can express that, because everything you should do should come from that right intent. So you're going to revisit that. A lot of you know who you are. A lot of you have understood who you are, but you don't really know. And today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, you're going to know. It's gonna be analogous to a loading screen that's finally finished loading and you understand it through experience at a deeper level. Here's another thing, especially, understandings of religion and certain texts. There's other people's interpretation and then there's your personal understanding. There's other people's relationship with God and then there's your relationship with God. If you're confused with this path or understanding, you are prioritizing something else over your relationship with God. That's not allowing you to have faith in what you've been revealed. And it's all good. Remember, it's a psychological info war too, so it's okay to be confused. Stop playing yourself and reestablish that connection with Source. Stop expecting more than you need, because trust me when I say you're on it. You're on it. You're like literally on the verge of getting ready to Moon in Virgo, show this really in the world, and then share this socially with other people. So other than that, this is just another message of your victory. I know a lot of you are going through a lot of psychological stress. If you are, it's because you're winning. Think about that. It's because you're winning and people are trying to hit you with blue shells so that you doubt yourself and you stop winning. But Leo is about courage. So let this moon in Leo remind you that you have no reason to not believe in yourself, and also brag about it too. Bring out that braggadocious swag of Leo, because they know they shit. A little bit of hair flips and kiss the ring, and just let people know why they never, ever had a chance against you in the first place. Peace.